This is Minecraft's deadliest course, and whichever one of these two players can reach the end first wins $10,000. However, at the end of the video is a surprise challenge for them that they will never expect coming. When I click this lever, it will start the countdown, and then you have 20 minutes to hopefully complete this course.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Oh my god.
Ooh, nice and fancy.
First off is find the button.
Have you already found it? Is that trying to throw me off? Or... Oh! Found it!
What the? Wait, did I?
Oh man, this is get your eyes did all split.
Oh my god. Are you joking? It's gonna be nuts. Oh, wait, is it? Wait, is that it? Oh my god, let's go. It's so good.
Wait, was that not the right one? Wait, was that not the right one?
Wait, what a wanker. Right.
Wait, what? Oh, it was right there. Alright. How did I miss a one block jump? Oh my god. Alright. No! I missed!
This one bit alone is going to take you to ages, I think.
Oh, Mr. Ken!
And trust me, all this is possible.
Oh, I actually hate my life. No one stop creative mode, please.
Nope, tell you that one.
Logan, you're gonna...
Oh god, not a 3-block jump. Oh no! Can I have a checkpoint there, please? Oh, I might... I'm so bad.
Oh dear. Basically give up now, mate.
Hit the target. Basically, you've got 2 attempts at each target.
Forget. Oh no. Can I have a checkpoint, please?
No, you can't, no. No, he's not allowed, no, stop. Right.
A checkpoint right there, you see.
Next! Right, oh, what do I do here?
I've done it! Wait, what? We're just supposed to shoot the target blocks or something?
Next
oh,
is an invisible maze.
Bloody ages. Wait, is it right if I just have a barrier block?
I mean, barrier blocks won't help you with this, my friend.
Right, boom. What the hell is this? Oh, now I see why you're trying to ask for a barrier block. Well, I'm kind of... I'll come back real now.
Yeah, good luck, mate. Spend about half an hour in the parkour.
Yeah, but I've made my time.
Please. There we go.
Kill yourself.
Right, set your spawn point because I think you'll need it for this next section.
Yeah,
A bit of trivia.
so no limit, lane. Oh. This is well easy, right? How many colours? Oh,
Oh, way! You can't have Keegan life. I'm actually quite close to the end, to be fair.
right.
I'm actually quite close to the end.
Wait. For God's sake, I know the year. But if I stand... Wait, can I do... There we go!
Wait, what? There's... What?
No, this one. Easy. Oh, for God's sake, I did it. What the?
This is like a Minecraft version of these games. Right. What is the build limit? Oh god, is it 213? How many colours of wool are there? 13? No!
How many passive mobs are there?
Mate, you're not expecting this.
Please! Oh, I hate my life.
Oh god, when, god, I think we're December. No! How many passive mobs are there? Oh god!
Are you being serious right now?
Yes!
You know what? It has to be. Oh, 33, 32. Alright! Finally out of the trivia, right! Oh, it's just shulker boxes of food. 0. What the hell?
And that is 10 minutes for the scavenger hunt up.
What?
I am ending my Fun World series to restart in Minecraft Survival with my good friend Coda YT. We have 3 main objectives for today's video. Find a village, go and get full iron gear, and build a base. Let the adventure begin. This is where it all begun. Then I had to wait for Coda as he had to go somewhere. I then went to get some wool so that we could make a bed. Then I found a village, meaning one of our goals has been ticked off. Coda took that long that day 1 had ended already. To begin day number 2, we decided to loot the entire village. This was all the loot I obtained. Now it's time to do the number 1 thing every player does. Time to enter the first cave of the video. Make a wooden pickaxe so that then I can get stone to make the super slow stone tools. Then I encountered my first mob of the video and nearly died. Coda was tired due to all the fighting, so he went to sleep. That brings us to day number 3 on this world. After that, Coda fell off the edge and nearly died. And then I followed. Then I saved Coda's life. Then I obtained my first lot of iron. Then while we were fighting a zombie, a creeper came and nearly killed us both. Contribute my iron to the pot. Coda made us both a shield. Craft an iron pickaxe. Then craft some torches so we can see. And then we had another mob encounter. Make an iron chest plate so I'm more kitted out. Whilst we were mining, we also found a mine shaft. Then I stumbled across my first diamonds. And then I had a shock. I found a trial chamber. I then told Coda, but we decided to do it later. But I decided to have a look what our entrance room was like. Coda then dug the staircase up to the surface. And then after that, Coda came to save me as I got ambushed by about 4 zombies. Whilst coming up the staircase, I found a coal vein, so I decided to mine it all up. Once we were at the surface, we decided to build a base. I gave the job of building to Coda. We then decided to watch the sunset in our new house. Placed my bed down, and then after that, disaster struck. And then we slept for the first time in ages. Add the finishing touches to the house. This is the finished product of our house. Melt the rest of the iron so that then I can get a full set of armour. And that is all we got up to for episode 1. What is the rarest mob in Minecraft? You probably guessed something like the brown panda with a 5% spawn rate, or the chicken jockey with a 0.25% find rate. But you'd be wrong, it's the pink sheep with a 0.164% of naturally spawning. Well, in today's video we find this rare mob as well as do some adventuring. This is our current crop farm, so today we are going to upgrade it as well as build many more farms. I need to flatten this bit of land down a bit, so let me just stand here and 3, 2, 1, and it is all done just like that. So this is where our farms will be going. Now we are going to terraform this land and maybe build a new base. Now the land's been flattened, it is time to build our new base. this is our current progress on the house at the moment. This is our new house, now the floor has been added. Hopefully we don't have a repeat of what happened last episode. And then after that, disaster struck. Time to add our bed into the house. Cody then added the staircase so that then if we decide to add an upstairs, we can do. And this is the finished downstairs. We've got all this space here for storage, and then for the time being, our little bedroom, with more space to expand later. Me and Cody were then just talking, and then this happened. And the next time, you know, to finish off today, obviously. That was just immaculate timing. That can be the YouTube short to promote the video. I've just noticed our house is unsymmetrical. Right.
Finally made you lucky.
Finally! While I was offline, Cody made a few adjustments to the base. As you open the door, there's plenty of space for storage. A guest bedroom under the stairs, just like Harry Potter. Go upstairs to mine and Coda's new bedroom. Whilst I was offline, Coda made a few paths and built a few starter farms. Then I killed a few pigs for food. Then we decided to build some animal farms. And then we find this perfect little area here. It just needs a bit of terraforming. But then, disaster struck when our good friend LPD3000 joined the world. So, at this moment of time, there was me, Coda, and LPD3000 on the world at the same time. Then I came downstairs and noticed a bit of a surprise. Coda then made a start on the animal pen, and then the sign trolling begun. I also edited the sign just for a bit of banter. LPD changed it, then I changed it, and then the cycle begun. You will see a lot of this happening in the next few clips. Then I saw a sign in our bedroom, and then I built this familiar shape again and again. And then things took a bit too far. Then I added one on the front of the house, then I added one on our balcony, and then I decided to demolish our very first house. Then our house got replaced with this. Then LPD left the game. We then got rid of LPD's bedroom. We decided to add an underground section to our base. And then I went on a little adventure. On my adventure, I came across a spruce village. Cue the looting montage. After that, I set sail again. After what felt like years, I finally found what I was looking for. The savannah biome. There was one main thing I was looking for. The armadillo. Then I managed to get the first armadillo into the boat, but I wanted two. I then went to check back up on my other armadillo, but it had despawned. I was quite angry at the sight. Then I found two armadillos near each other. Now they are both in the boat, we can set sail on the open waters. So off I went back to base, keeping an eye on the armadillos. And then I had noticed the armadillos were gone. So then I quickly retrailed my tracks to try find where they could have gone. Only one had survived. I then got Coda to come pick up this armadillo while I went for another one. And then the slow, painful journey began back home. And then things got even worse when I had to dig a tunnel through the terrain. Now it's time to sail the rest of the way back to base. Then we made a little temporary armadillo home. Immediately breed them so they can't despawn. And then we found the pink sheep, the rarest mob in Minecraft. While I was offline, Cody bred the pink sheep and did a few adjustments to the house. Nothing new downstairs. This will be our enchantment room, and this will be our new bedroom. I set off killing cows as I need food. Then I found a lava lake, so I told Cody so he could come and mine the obsidian. And then 35 days in, it was time to build the nether portal. Time to ignite it. Time to go through the portal. We spawned in a soul sand valley. And then I found our first dried ghast. And then I found another, meaning we had 3 dried ghasts in total. We needed a fortress so we can build our next project in the world. Mine up some nether water for potions. And then we got all the blaze rods that we need for this world. Back at base we sorted out our inventory and then made a nether water farm. Set up a bamboo farm. And then we went into our new mine. We needed more iron, so we both split off and went mining. Then I stumbled across a mine shaft. The only thing that was useful was the iron, and the fact it opened up to a huge cave. It was iron galore down here. And then we found an easy access up to the surface. Smelt my iron, and then we decided to try get a gasling. But then we realised we had got no leads, so I went down into the mine shaft to get some cobwebs to craft them. So now it's just the waiting game. Then I managed to catch the magical moment on camera. And here's the second one. And then finally, one of the gaslings grew up. And so did the second. Today we are taking our world to a whole new level, quite literally. Cody is going to build the fastest XP farm that can get you from level 1 to 100 in no time. We'll gear up with full diamond armor and get a fortune free pickaxe to become rich. And create a storage room big enough for everything we find. Let's jump in and see how unstoppable we can become. Now it is time to start building the world's fastest XP farm. Time to breed the pink sheep again. Kill the cows for more leather to build an enchantment setup. Quick update on how the XP farm's going, and this is the current state that it's in. Then we were met with the task of getting a zombie into the XP farm. Then I made 2 harnesses for our happy ghasts. Time to help Cody add the armadillos. And then disaster struck. Breed the pink sheep once again. To go to the nether. When we got to the nether, we got bombarded by a ghast. Cody was getting mushrooms, so I defended him from the ghasts. As I was about to leave, I got the return to sender achievement, meaning I had got the new music disc. I showed Cody my new finding, and then we played the disc. Cody then set up the farm so he could test it out. And then disaster struck yet again. Silverfish went everywhere. So we had to fight off all the silverfish, which took ages. Attempt 2 was another fail as one of the silverfish infested the stone underneath where the sand was. Attempt 3 worked perfectly. And now it's my turn to try out the farm. I'm level 19 and my levels are still flying, but then my sword broke. So I used my axe to finish off the infested pot, but I will come back to you when I have used it fully. But then my axe broke, so I let Cody use the rest of the farm, and I got 22 levels. Harvest up the bamboo farm, and then we went mining for diamonds. Then I told Cody about the diamonds, but then disaster struck. And then we began strip mining yet again. Then I found even more diamonds. And then my pickaxe broke. And then Cody made me a full set of diamond armor. Coda then enchanted me a pickaxe with Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3 and Efficiency 4. Then we decided to make a storage room just for the time being. So this is what we've got. We've got 2 rooms identical to each other that we can fill with chests. Then Coda decided to do the walls for the corridor so it didn't look so bland. And then another disaster struck again. Time to sort out a few of our chests. And that was roughly everything we got up to for today's video. Behind me is a trail chamber, and today me and my friend Coda are going to defeat it, as well as do an ominous spawner. As well as get full pot 4 armor, I also get an armor trim set in this video. Let's get into the full video so you can see what goes off. Our first goal today was to build a villager trading hall. Dig the column down to match the other side, so we've got easy access up and down. Grab a lead and a boat so we can hopefully lure some villagers to get into the trading hall. So then off I went, leading them up to our base and down the stairs. Now that is all the villagers that we should need, so it's time to get them down into the trading hall. And then one of the villagers unfortunately died, but that's 1 villager down, 2 villagers down, and 3 villagers down. And 1 Coda down. Time to dig out a huge room. This is what we've got so far. Coda then made a fence around the villagers so that they couldn't escape, but they did eventually. Sheared the sheep so we had plenty of wool for beds. Then I made the ceiling 1 block taller so we weren't banging our heads when on the beds. Then I put carpets on the walls so that we could easily jump in and out without worrying about the villagers. But I couldn't jump into the villagers, so I put a carpet somewhere else. Collect some gravel to get a flint to make a fletching table. Now it's time to harvest the bamboo and turn it into sticks. Trade with the Fletcher, and then I went to the Nether. By the looks of things, we're getting an animal farm in the Nether. And then I got another music disc. Followed by another and another. I then unfortunately got a bit too cocky for my liking, and then disaster struck. I unfortunately died for the first time in the series. Thanks to Coda, I finally got my stuff back. Or so I thought. So it's time to go back and retrieve the pickaxe. Get me out of hell. I then made a diamond sword. Time to use the XP farm. As we can see, I am level 1. I will come back to you when I am done. Just like that, I am level 36. Time to try get some enchants on my armour. Here were the enchants I got for my armour. Then I enchanted my sword with looting too. But then I grindstoned it. Then Coda enchanted it and got me a decent sword. The sword had sharpness 4 and unbreaking 3. Then Coda added some windows to our bedroom. I added a few windows in the enchantment room. And then finally we added our roof to the bedroom. Then I added another window on the downstairs. Coda removed the staircase, so I added an extra window here. Connect the ladder the rest of the way. Then I killed some animals for food. Start hunting for some coal. Add some cobble to the cobblestone chest. Coda then made me some strength pots for our next adventure. Now it's time to embark on an adventure that we found back in episode 1. The Trial Chamber. Here it is, the deadliest thing we've done in this entire world. Let the battle commence. Break any pots I come across as they can have loot. And then I found our first spawner. The first spawner was against the Bogged. It's time to get bogged down and deal with this battle. That was our first spawner done to get cooked chicken. Round 2 was against slime. Not too much to really show you here, as slimes are quite easy to deal with. Slime spawner complete. Back to vandalising the trial chamber. Time for the third battle. Third battle but second against the Bogged. and then code activated battle 4, which was our second battle against slime. Small slimes are easy as they don't attack back. Then I found another room full of potential spawners. Then we both used a trial key. Now it is my turn, and I didn't get really anything too useful. And I found another one and got nothing useful yet again. And then we had our next spawner event against the husks. These were quite easy as they are basically just zombies that give you hunger. And then I found the breeze spawner. Defeating the breeze was an absolute breeze. Let's kill the breeze quite easily. But it was worth it for the trial key. And then we found another spawner room. Before we go any further, my good friend Coda YT is also recording his perspective and posting it on his channel. So go check that out after this and drop a subscribe while you're there. Use another key to get nothing much. I'm running out of inventory space really fast. And then we come across another spawner which we have to attack. We accidentally activated 3 spawners at once, so it's going to get hectic. This was quite intense but quite fun at the same time. But obviously there's many more spawners to go as of yet. Take out the remaining bogged, a few more here to deal with. Job done. Time to do another spawner. Hopefully we can destroy it, as this is going to be the easiest thing we do in this video. I was destroying all the spawner like I said earlier, but I fell. Collect 2 keys. Jump down to kill the breeze as it's doing our head in. But if you think this is chaotic, stay tuned as things later on will get more chaotic. Take out this husk with no problem. Then we decided to go higher to see if there was any more of the chamber, which indeed there was. Time to pillar up to see what there is. Here we are at the upper level of the chamber. Now it's time to do our first set of spawners on the upper level. We then boxed down and dealt with the bogged. Then I found this open room, which I didn't know at the time was going to be where stuff got dangerous. And then I killed another breeze. And then there was another for us both to kill. Then we decided to make things harder by doing an ominous spawner. And now the carnage begins. The first mob we have to fight is the breeze. Let's hope it's a breeze to kill the breeze. The breeze died to magma. Then we had another 2 breezes to deal with. Now it's time to defeat the husks and the slime. Get rid of the annoying water. At this point my inventory is jam-packed. But then I saw an access point so we can get in and out of the chamber easier. Nonetheless, it's time to deal with slime and husks. There was a bogged, so I jump hit it. Coda then decided he wanted to go out into the fresh air, so we had to postpone the video even more. It's time to open my first ominous vault, and I got some decent loot. Then we decided to return back to base to clear out our inventory. Then I decided to enchant a diamond sword. Might was the main enchant. These were the enchants. And this was my current sword. Merge the 2 in the anvil to get this. Mine up some wood to craft a lot of sticks. To trade for emeralds. Harvest the wheat farm. Lure a cow and a sheep into the animal pen. Lure some more cows back, just like that. Breed the cows. Take the sheep back and breed it. I then made the trading hall even bigger. Move all the beds to the back wall. I connected the trading hall to the pathway. Mine out the walls and add in the polished diorite. Repeat the steps on this side as well. Mine out a doorway. Dig out a room big enough for 2 elevators. That will look like this. Now fill in the rest of the walls. Mine out the floor. Add in the new floor. Now it's time to sort out the staircase. This is the current progress. I want to make an everwalk farm, so let's mine out a big room. So we have something like this. Now it's time to add the polished diorite as the walls. Add the floor. Now add the soul sand. But I ran out. Add the nether wart. Place this extra soul sand I found in a chest. Add the nether wart. Time to go to the nether to get the remaining soul sand. Get that waxed down. Just like that, the room is complete. Now back to mining more wood. Then we decided to add an add-on to our world, just to make it a bit more different. We added the Essentials add-on. The Essentials add-on adds chunk borders, tree miner, vein miner, stone miner, and much more, including the ability to silk touch spawners. There'll be linked to a video in the description that tells you all the features added, as that is just a few. Time to make a butt ton of sticks. Trade for emeralds. Then Coda gave me all the enchanted books I needed to max my armour. Anvil it all together. So at this point near enough all my armour had protection 4. Then I used the XP farm to repair all my armour and tools. Then I added a sign to our door that says no mobs allowed. Finally, it's time to go back to the trial chamber. We went back to the room we were just in. Time to take on another breeze. Defeating this breeze is such a breeze. We got another key. Time to do another bogged spawner. Kill the bogged before the bogged kills me. Time to do another ominous spawner. You will know if it's ominous or not, as on an ominous spawner they have armour. Now it's time to wipe out the rest of the mobs so that we can become victorious. I did almost die during this as we got stuck in a cobweb, but because we were on the same block we couldn't destroy it. Time to get back into the action. Time for another battle. Now it's time for another bogged spawner. These were quite easy as they only give you poison. Shred through this slime. We won't be running out of slime after this. Time for another spawner. Give Coda a helping hand. Deal with the rest of the husks. Sort out the few remaining mobs that fell down here whilst we were fighting. Make light work of this other breeze. Then I noticed a breeze had snuck out of the fighting arena, so I took care of it. Then we both opened another vault each. And I got absolutely nothing interesting. Drink a strength pot so I can deal with the mobs with ease. And my next mission was to take out the breeze. Time to bust into another vault. Let's see what I get from the vault. We get a knot chapel and nothing else really useful. Time to open another ominous vault. To get an armor trim and diamonds. That's really all that was worthwhile. Then I had found a room we hadn't been to yet. Deal with the bog. Time to deal with the breeze. Try critting out the breeze. The breeze killed itself with the magma. Time to deal with what feels like the 7th breeze. Add another breeze to that count. Time to open an ominous vault. And let's see what we get, but we didn't get the heavy core like we wanted. Time to go back to base. Just like that, we are back at base. Time to sort out my inventory as it is jam-packed. Combine my helmet to get protection 4. As well as getting maxed out armour, I am also getting trimmed out. I can now also max out my chest plate and get a fresh trim. Don't we look stylish now? So then I decided to use 2 copper ingots, the 2 flow armour trims, and put them on my leggings and boots. And just like that, we are fully flowed up. That is unfortunately all we had time for, but if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. But that is all I've got time for today, so Keegan View, over and out. Today, I transform my nether portal, turning it from this to this, as well as finding the stronghold and defeating the dragon. Let's jump into this eventful video. Before we go any further, we need to get some wood. And that should be plenty. Place down some saplings so we can renew our wood supply. Now it's time to add the wood into this chest. After that, I turned some of the wood into sticks. Trade all the sticks with the Fletcher to get emeralds. Sleep in my bed at base for the last time before the dragon fight. Coda dropped me a few eyes of ender to find the portal. Time to throw the first eye, and it points that way. Whilst trying to locate the stronghold, we found a village. At the village, I decided to throw another eye of ender to see which way we had to go. And we found a spruce village afterwards. I threw another eye of ender, which we thought led under this tree, which I found out was incorrect after I dug all the way down. But finally we found it. Time to begin the hunt for the portal room. We need to hurry up, as on day 100 we are defeating the dragon, which day 100 is in 1 day, so time is running out. I did however find the bookcase room, followed by another, but finally we had found it. It is time to add the eyes of ender, and it is time to put the last eye into the portal. And it is done. Now it is time to set our spawn just in case we die. Now it is time to sleep, bringing us to day 100. 3, 2, 1, into the portal we go. Here we are in the end. Let's see what the End Island has to offer. Before I could even get to the end fountain, the dragon already attacked me. Shortly after, I got obliterated with dragon's breath. The dragon perched for the first time of the fight. Keep going at this pace and the dragon will be dead in no time. Time to get a few more hits in so we can hopefully defeat the dragon soon. And that is the dragon defeated. As we can see, I am level 13. Let's see how much I'm on after all this XP. I got to level 55. And it is time to retrieve the dragon egg. It is now time to leave the end. But then I remembered we set our spawn at the stronghold, so it is time to go back through the portal. While I was in the end, I collected some obsidian. I then decided to end the pearl into the portal, and it worked. And here we are back at spawn. A lot easier to get back to base. What adventure it has been. Coda kindly made me 2 ender chests. After that we built a temporary dragon egg shrine. Now that the dragon is defeated, I would like to transform our nether portal, which looks like this. Let me give you the rundown for the rest of the vid. Before we can do anything, phase 1 is find a location. I decided to do it in the nether wart room as it is nether related. Now let's move swiftly on to phase number 2, which is to clear out the room so we have more space to work with and so we don't have to do it later on. And that moves us swiftly on to step 3, which is to build the portal room. Now this is the shell that we've got to start building with. Place the soul sand down either side so it's still a functional nether wart farm. Mine out of 2x2 and make a little tunnel going off the back of it. Now I'm going to make it so that the room curves into the middle point, so the room will look similar to this. And here's how it looks in game. So then I went to get all the stuff to make a piston door. I added some trapdoors around the nether wart beds just for a little bit of colour. Then I had to go rescue Coda from the nether as the portal had got blown up. Ignite it, and then I decided to destroy the other portal just for a little bit of extra obsidian. Back to the overworld I go. Now it's time to add the pistons so that the door actually works. Add the redstone torches to make the piston extend with a bit of dust on top. Duplicate it onto the other side so both sides work the same. Place down some redstone so that the pressure plates will work. Smack down the pressure plates and it works nicely. Add in the door blocks and cover up the pistons. As we can see, the door works perfectly. Time to go to the nether. Time to mine a whole load of netherrack. Then I came to an opening that I just covered up. And then I mined even more netherrack. I'm at Y13, let's see how long it takes me to get some ancient debris. Over 30 seconds in and still no joy. 1 minute 49, so I decided to whip out the essentials add-on and turn on the stone miner for netherrack and blackstone. Over 2 minutes in and still no sign. And we have found it. And it only took 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So, obtain that in approximately 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Now that that side project is done, let's get the rest of the netherrack that I need. Whilst I was still mining netherrack, I came across another piece of ancient debris. Let's return back to base. Nice, I made it back in one piece. Smelt the netherrack to get nether brick. Whilst I was doing that, my good friend Coda built a sheep farm, so go check his video out after this. For the final time, break the nether portal. Check up on the nether bricks, and we have a grand total of 32. And now craft those into nether bricks. Carve out a room so that I can place the nether bricks down. Now it's time to just wait for more nether brick to smelt, which took ages. After waiting what felt like an eternity, we had 30 nether bricks, which made a grand total of 7 blocks. But I still decided to mine out an area to place the blocks down. And then there was 5 more blocks, so I decided to place those down as well. I just could not wait. Top the furnaces up with netherrack again, and then we had to rebuild the portal yet again. Place down the remaining blocks that I had just obtained, add in the floor, wait for more nether brick, mine out the ceiling and replace it with blocks, add some magma behind where the portal will be going, and in these little windows on either side. And it is time to create the portal yet again. Time to add the portal into its new home. Ignite the portal. Soon enough I want to put nether brick fences in the parts of the magma and finish the roof. So off I went and finished the room, but it was too dark, so I decided to add some lights under some slabs. And that is the nether portal room completed. While I was on the nether portal, my friend started on the trading hall, which is in a slime chunk. Now it's time to add the pods for where the villagers will go. There will be 10 pods on either side, meaning each lane holds 20 villagers, which looks like this. Repeat it on this side as well, so that we have 40 villagers spaces total. Then I had 2 more lanes to fill with these pods. And that's the pods done. Now it's time to make the walls look a bit nicer with stone brick. So let's carve them out. And this is what one side looks like. And then while I was on the third side, disaster struck. I am certain creepers hate this world. But that is the walls done for the villager trading hall. Harvest the wheat farm so we can make bread or breed the animals. Now harvest the potato farm as food stocks are getting low. Then Coda made some temporary modifications to the silverfish farm so that we didn't take damage. Time to try it out. So far so good. But disaster struck as the silverfish started infesting the stone, meaning they were escaping. But now that's taken care of, let's get back to AFK in the farm and see what level I'm at the end. But I didn't get any extra levels, I just repaired my armour and tools. Next video we become even richer with having unlimited iron and gold. Stay tuned to see that. Or you could subscribe with notifications on so you know exactly when the video goes up. And subscribing is free and it helps out a ton. But that being said, Keegan View, over and out. This could be the craziest thing I've ever built. Also known as the fastest gold farm in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, which produces over 5,000 gold per hour. And I'm going to take you on the journey. Before I tell you how many blocks we need, I need to go to the end, because I need a grand total of 88 obsidian. I will see you at the stronghold. Now it's time to find the portal room. Hopefully it doesn't take long. The portal room has been located, so it is time to go to the end and mine up a load of obsidian. I'm going to keep mining this obsidian and I will get back to you once I have done. And that should be plenty. It's a good job Minecraft doesn't have realistic physics. Now it's time to go back to base, but I spawned on top of the roof. Because I wouldn't have enough inventory space, I made a collection chest for all the materials. Another material I need is 10 hoppers, so I got the iron and started it smelting. That is 2 materials of the list checked off. For the farm you also need 2 water buckets, which I have now got. The water buckets are useful as that is what breaks the portal and pushes the mobs to the killing chamber. But then I realised I had to go to the nether for a lava bucket. Go down into our nether mine and start mining for some lava. After what felt like hours, I had finally found the lava. Bucket that up right away, and finally that's the second. But as I was mining to get out, I came across some piglins. Block myself in and leave a hole at the bottom so I can hit the piglins. But because I couldn't hit this last piglin, I had to dig away. Finally I got away from the other piglins, but then I was met with more. So I tried to kill it and came out victorious. And then I finally found the tunnel that I came down. And that is the lava buckets added to the chest. This is the material list. These are the items that we've successfully got. Now I decided to knock the 6 chests off the list, as well as make the 4 hoppers that I'm missing. And then I made a minecart as I needed a hopper minecart. And a rail. And then the list required 32 ladders. But I will come back to you when I've got the rest of the materials. This is everything I will need to build the farm. The first thing I need to do is pillar up 7 blocks. Then I had to push out an additional 22 blocks. That is 29 stone bricks out of 384 placed. Now it's time to make a 23 by 23 nether portal. So it looks like this. I now need to find out which side the piglins spawn from, so I'll place the dispenser and observer, make this little shape here to catch the water. If done correctly, the dispenser should be pulsing out the water. Now I need to use a flint and steel to see which side the piglins spawn from, which I have now successfully found. And now I can destroy the water dispensing mechanism. Now it's time to make the water stream, so place a row of blocks across here. Now place a row of blocks here for where the piglins can land. Dip it down a row so that the water can continue flowing. And then do it once more. Now it's time to add water to the collection pool. Now come to this bit here and pillar up so it's the same height as the rest of the farm. Now duplicate it 3 more times. Now it's time to add the water for the collection system, which should flow perfectly to here. Now add the start of the mechanism that's going to destroy the portal. Add the water bucket to the dispenser. Now add a sticky piston and an observer. Now place 2 blocks for where the redstone will sit. Add a row of blocks for where the redstone torches will sit. Mine out these blocks here like I do. If done correctly, you should have something that looks like this. Now it's time to add the redstone torches. Add the lever so the farm can be toggled on and off. Add another redstone torch and a piece of redstone. Go to the opposite side of the portal and place 7 blocks total, like this. Now add down the observers, but I placed 2 of them wrong. And then place one this way so that the observers are ticking on and off, but I placed it wrong. Try this again and get it right perfectly. Add this one here as well. Now add walls like this so that it contains the lava. Now place a row of blocks here just to cap it off. Add trapdoors here so that they keep getting set on fire, which will ignite the portal. Now add the lava. If done correctly, the portal should light up. Now go to where the piglins get collected and dig down 18 blocks. Now just dig out a room that you can AFK in while running the farm. Now dig yourself an entrance and exit point. Smack down a hopper for the collection system. I left Code in charge on building the auto sorter. Now it's the moment of truth. Does the farm work? Indeed it does. So let's AFK the farm and see how good it is. 2 minutes in and we are already backed up. But we got over a stack of gold nuggets in that time. So then we set off trying to find a solution to stop the storage backing up. We tried using a hopper minecart and aligning it with walls. Let's give that a try and see if it works. Let the AFK session begin once again. Coda kept an eye on the storage and it was still backing up. While I was thinking of other alternatives, I decided to check up on the iron farm that Coda had been building in his video. I couldn't think of an alternative, so I just ran the farm as it was. Right now I am level 48. Let's see how many I'm on when I've done. In 2 minutes I had gained 3 levels, but I turned it off as the storage was backlogging. Time to check the chests. Over 9 stacks of gold nuggets already. That is 70 gold ingots so far. Now it's time to use the Silverfish XP farm to get up to level 70. Come on, we are 1 level away, but the infested pot ran out. So I got the remaining XP from killing animals. And we are so close to level 70. We are 1 pixel away from level 70. And the final bit of XP to get me to level 70. I almost forgot to tell you the farm used 472 blocks. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe as it's free and it helps out a ton. But with that being said, Keegan View over and out. This is $500 and it's my goal to double it every single day until I fail. If I fail once, then I lose everything. I'll be trading, mining and escaping danger. Let's see how many days I can double it. On day 1, I walked into the portal to get randomly teleported. So, we spawned in a plains biome and I needed to get wood so I can make tools, so I can get better ores to sell those for more money. Then, I broke all the leaves so I could hopefully get a sapling, so that then we had unlimited wood for the video. So, now I set off to find a location to call my home for the next few days. And then I stumbled across this person's base and may or may not have used their bed and stole it too. And then set back off to find a location to call home. And then I killed a pig for food. At this point I still hadn't found a place to call home, so you guessed it, I kept on hunting. I found this spot here but it had already been claimed. So then I swam to a new bit of land to see if that had anywhere for me to set base. I have some kelp to name me kelp farm at a later date, as that can be used for money or fuel. Then I looted a ruined portal to see if that had anything good to offer, and it had a gold helmet and flint and steel. So I kept swimming as we'd not found a good place yet until this happened. I found a mushroom field. I then placed my sapling and harvested the sugarcane. So I for some reason moved the sapling to a new location. No idea why. And then I began terraforming the island so it had more space for bigger, better farms further on down the line. And then I placed my bed down and did slash claim so that then my stuff couldn't be stolen when I was offline. And that is our first goal for day number 1 completed, as now we have a place to call home. And then we claimed our second chunk. And then I decided to change my border colour and pattern for no apparent reason. And I picked orange and smoky. I then decided to move the sugarcane into my claim so that it was mine and only mine. And then I decided to claim this wishing well token I got by doing /warp-well. And I got to spawn and got met with this kit menu. I only had one option, so I claimed this. It gave me food, iron tools and gear, and $500. However, I didn't notice it and still claimed my wishing well note. The well gave me an iron kit note. This kit gave me more food, better armor and tools, and XP bottles. I then changed my armor to the new set I had got with better enchants. Let's go back to base and regroup and sort our inventory out. And then I made a crafting table and a chest to store my loot. After I had sorted the chest out, I then decided to make a mine so we could hopefully get some better ores to sell for more money. And then I find out my base is on top of a water cave, so I have to try and make my way through that before I can go any deeper. And then finally we get through the entire water cave. And then I decided to dig a staircase back up so we had easy access up and down. And then I finally made it back up to the surface. I then made some torches using the coal that we got from digging the staircase, so that I can go deeper. And also collect more coal that I missed earlier. And we also received a pet egg in the meantime. After that, I went and dug the staircase even deeper so we could get better ores, so we can get more money. Because somehow I didn't realise that I had hit the 1k goal. I had another water cave to get through before we can do any more mining. I made it through and continued digging down. And then I almost died trying to plug up a water cave. And then I dug even deeper into another water cave. And then I kept digging down even deeper to hopefully find some diamonds. But I didn't find any. So I then decided to pillar all the way back up to my staircase. I ran out of blocks, so it took absolutely ages.
One little boost to the surface later.
I had finally made it to the staircase and decided to finish my tube down to the continuing mine under the water cave. I will finish this off and then go back to the surface. Whilst filling in this water cave, I may or may not have accidentally plugged up my safety hole and had my first death of the video. Thank God it's not hardcore. Finally, after spent like ages, I realised I had hit the 1k goal. Day 2 began, so I did /claim so that we can go back to base from spawn. I emptied my inventory into the chest and also grabbed my axe in the process. I then decided to remove all the mushrooms from the island for some reason. I then harvested the sugarcane and made the farm bigger. I then decided to go claim my wishing well token at spawn. And we got a pet egg from the well. It gave us a golden apple pet, no idea what it does. Back to base we go. When I got back to base, I made a furnace so we can smelt the copper. I then chopped down my first tree after moving on to this island. I decided to wait to get a sapling. Despite waiting, I still didn't get a sapling. I then got in my boat and set sail for land. I then stumbled across an ocean ruins, which had no loot in it. And then I set off chopping loads of wood for saplings. And then I found some just laying on the floor. And then I broke all the nearby grass to try get some seeds for wheat back at base. And then I got 2 seeds and decided to go back to base as I can always get more there. Once I had got back to base, I emptied my inventory and noticed I had run out of room in that chest, so I placed down the chests that we found earlier. After that, I went and placed my 2 new saplings down, so that then we can get more wood on the way. After that, I remembered about some copper we put in the furnace, so I went and checked on that, and made sure I could put it somewhere. And then I turned it into copper blocks, so that then we can store more blocks within the chest. After that, I did slash shop to see how much the copper blocks sold for. The price is $67.05 each. However, when I went on to sell, for some reason, it only sold for $54. It is mine time. I decided to go deeper but came across another water cave. Shot. And then I died trying to plug up the water cave. Only on day 2 and 2 deaths have occurred. Let's go back to base after that disaster. Once I got back to base, I went straight back down to the mine. And I almost died again. And then I went on a cobblestone mining spree as I didn't have enough blocks to fill in the water cave. And then because I forgot to eat, we had the third death of the video. And that is the water cave patched up successfully. And then I decided to extend the ceiling of the staircase up by a block so I didn't keep banging my head. And then I crafted a sign so that then I can use the water cave to my advantage, as then it gives me a quick way up and down. After that, I decided to keep digging to see if I can find any more valuable ores other than copper. And then after that, I found water cave after water cave. I successfully managed to find a part where there was no water caves for a while, so I kept digging deeper to find some valuables. And then I got down to -8 and decided to go back up to the surface as I had got no torches. After that, I smelted the remaining copper that I had in my inventory and harvested the sugarcane. So then I painstakingly waited for my raw copper to smelt copper ingots so then I can turn it into blocks of copper. After I had done all that, I sold all the copper blocks for $405. Meaning, we have gone from $1,202 to $1,607. Let's go back into the mine of death. And then I went even deeper into the mine and still found nothing. Once I got back up from the cave, I decided to mine up all my trees so I had loads of wood and saplings. And then I found some more copper, so I decided to make 2 more blocks so I could get that bit more money. Which I had made a grand total of $135. And I sold the remaining copper ingots for a grand total of $30. Our goal today is to get to $2,000 and we have currently got $1,772, meaning we need $228 to hit the goal. And then I went from 2 claims to 6 claims. I then terraformed the island so it fit in my chunk and also flattened it in the process so I can build some bigger, better farms. I then did slash chunk borders so I could see how big the chunk was and where it was. Let me explain why. So, penguin.gg has hoppers, but if you enchant it, you get a tree hopper, which picks up logs and saplings within a 16 by 16, also known as a chunk. And then I marked out the chunk so I could put the tree farm within that area. I ensured adequate space for planting saplings. I did the collection system so I can get the saplings and wood. I then remembered I had a crate key to open, so I did slash warp crates to get there. The wither crate was opened and out popped the survival dagger. The enchantments are Smite 2, Looting 3, Unbreaking 3, Fire Aspect 2 and Sharpness 2. I then began a new adventure. I then executed the command slash daily spinner and got some credits. Land had then been reached, but then I unfortunately lost my trusty boat due to someone's claim settings. My next goal was to find a cave where I could mine ores to sell and reach the 2k target. I then set off mining any ores that I found and kept exploring the cave to hope to find bigger, better ores, so that then I can hit the goal of 2k. I then emptied out my inventory so I could see what I had got and sort out what could be sold for money. My first sell was for $146, which is quite good on progress. I then sold cobblestone and cobble deep slate for a nice $45.6. $1,964 is what I have. I need $36 to hit the goal. 9 saplings sell for $236, meaning I had surpassed the goal. I am now sat on $2,200. Day number 3, meaning $4,000 as the goal. And then I smelted 3 iron so we could make a bucket so I can get water. I then began making a sugarcane farm that fit within a chunk. Once I had got to the well, I threw in my wishing well token and got a wither crate key. I opened the crate and got a chest plate with these enchantments: blast protection, fire protection, and protection 2 and unbreaking 3. I then placed even more dirt to make more space. I then sold 16 saplings for $336. I then waited for my sugarcane to grow so I could finish off the farm. And then I harvested and replanted it all. I then decided to sell the remaining sugarcane so we could make a bit more profit of $306. I then decided to harvest the sugarcane farm again to make even more money. I then sold the remaining sugarcane, giving us a grand total of $607. Tree chopping time for saplings. I sold the saplings for $357. That being said, that's day 3 complete with a grand total of $4,208. Day 4 began. The first protocol today was to make a wheat farm so I can make more money or get some more bread. I then made a trusty hoe so I can start planting the seeds. But I had to turn all the mycelium into path blocks so that then I can turn it into farmland. So I then repeated that for the entire bit of land. And then I made a composter so I can get infinite bone meal so I can make more wheat seeds. And then I bone milled the wheat seeds so I can make my farm even bigger. And then I harvested the sugarcane farm so I can make even more profit so that then we can get closer to the 8k goal. The sugarcane sold for $454. And then I did slash warp well to redeem my token. And then I was quite surprised as I got a banknote. The banknote was worth 5k, meaning we had hit 9k, also hitting the goal. Day 5. I started off by making gear so that we can go exploring. Harvest the sugarcane farm so that then we've got plenty, and then turn it into bone meal so that then I can use it on the wheat farm. And then I set sail in hopes to find land with a cave. Land had been reached, so then I gathered any ores that I came across until I found a cave. Then I mined any ores I came across, as every ore is a little bit more money to the bank. And then I mined the polyamethyst blocks as I can sell them for more money later. And then I went back to mining any ores that I came across as they can come in handy later. Editor view here, no idea how I didn't notice my balance had updated. After that I went and claimed my vote key and got iron. This was the loot collected from the trip. I then emptied out my inventory and went to the well. From the well I got a wither key, again. I used the key and got a pickaxe with these enchantments. Day 5 completed. Back for day numero 6. So let's go to our claim, /claim. I'm going to tell you my plans of this island now. So I've considered buying these 3 chunks here, so that then we have a 3 chunk by 3 chunk area. So then each farm can be their own chunk. So my plan is to make vertical versions of these farms. In yesterday's part we got 4 diamonds, which is always very, very good. Today we need to try to get to 64k. We've got food, we've got a boat. Let's hit the waters again. Let's go this way. Then I looted the ruins. Oh, nice, we got some more coal. Oh, shipwreck. Armor trims. Oh, land home. Right, we're just going to this cave here. And then off I went mining any ores that I came across, as it came to me handy for my goal to 64k. Then I came across a mob spawn. The main loot was iron and gold. And then off I went mining even more ores. And then I turned my raw iron into blocks to save on storage. Once I got back to base, I noticed we had run out of storage, so I made a hopper and another chest to expand it. Then I made an AFK smelter so that I can smelt all the iron, gold and copper without having to worry. And I made another hopper so I could top up the fuel. And then I went to my second home, the well. From the well I got a pet egg. The pet was a bunny. Back at base, one of my wheat seeds had grown, so I harvested that, and then I see this, so I decided to have a look. So I did /OF. To my surprise, there was a pet egg, 2 wither keys, and a tree hopper. The pet was a looting pet. I wish I noticed earlier. I then went to claim my 2 wither keys. From the keys I got a pair of boots and a bow. With these enchants. I then decided to get somewhat organised. Then I turned all the ores into blocks. Then I made a blast furnace to smelt the rest of the ores. Sugarcane harvest time. Sell the sugarcane for an extra 2,963 coins. Sell all my ores for a grand total of 3,447. Auction the coast armature for 15k. And I got a sale. Then I did my daily spinner, but only got credits. 11 iron blocks sold for $1,237. Then I set sail to find ores and any caves. Then I mined all the ores that I came across until I found an ancient city. I find a chest and then hear this noise. At this point I was so scared. The warden could smell me, meaning I was within 50 blocks. Running was my only option. Then I hear this. I ran for my life. And this happened. Back to spawn. But then I decided to keep the explore going as I got teleported into the wilderness. Back into another cave. Then I mined up some obsidian. Back at base, I first off started by smelting my iron, and then added fuel into the furnaces, and then sorted out my inventory. I then decided to utilise the obsidian we had just obtained and build a nether portal. Then I lit the portal and entered the nether. But then I spawned without a portal. Quartz mining until I found a bastion, but was looted. So back to quartz mining I went. Then decided to sell some items. And then I got straight back to mining quartz. I then also collected some glowstone. Then I went back to base. First protocol is to clear out my inventory like always, and then I needed leather, so I decided to set sail to find some spawners. Because I was too broke.
I may not have a brain, gentlemen, but I have an idea.
To slash leaderboard and use other people's spawners. This was the first island I looked at, but they had nothing that I needed. And then I tried this island and it was perfect. They had an evoker spawner. Then I spent some time killing the evokers to get plenty of emeralds. Because on this island you can sell one stack of emeralds for $20,000. So that's exactly what I did. But then at the time I didn't do the maths and I did something else. I traded for a bookcase. Then I left the server for the end of day 6. One week of doing this challenge. Yesterday we ended off at this space right here with an absolute insane trading hall. Today I'm going to go back to the spawner and simply just try to get some more money from it. We need to try AFK here. That's exactly what I did by killing all the evokers. 3 stacks, that's what we're going for today. In fact, no, we're not. It's going to take ages. I get a stack. That's 34. That's 46. That's 63. And 64. Now we'll need 28k. I think this is the plan for today. I'm going to make a start on my own little base. / claim. Here we are back at our island. Right, I'm sure yesterday I got a better helmet. I did, it's just I went to the Nether. We need to go on another island hunt to try find someone who hopefully has some cow spawners. Try a tree. That's where we just was. In fact, these give you access to their villagers, and their villagers trade bookcases, which is exactly what I need. So off I went killing more evokers for emeralds. Get to a stack. There we go. Get a few extra. Now over this end, get some bookcases. That is 7. Right, back to the spawners. I'm gonna try to get 30 bookcases if I can. So then the entire cycle begun again. Back to the villagers. Right, we'll come back here at a later date. After this bookcase, claim my 2 diamonds out of there. Enchantment table. Grab my lapis lazuli. Let's see what books we can get from this. So then I went off enchanting and managed to get 2 protection free books and an unbreaking free book. And get protection 4, nice one. Need to make some diamond leggings and helmet. Now we're fully kitted out. Then I spent ages trying to figure out how to make a grindstone. Enchant that. Full diamond gear, baby. Do the leggings with protection. Right, let's go to see. Oh well, okay. I wish for a cow spawner. Oh, with a key. Seem to be good at getting these. These are the enchants on the helmet. So what I want to do is make a base layer of cobbled deep slate. Obviously I want it to be big enough for me to be able to live in. My plan is I want it to be like a gradient, so dark at the bottom and then I'll put tough on the layer above. Plan is to put this cobbled deep slate over all of this. Then I decided to do the floor out of deep slate stone bricks. Just look at that compared to just doing that all the way across. Right, see what that looks like as a border. I just think it had a nice little pattern to the walls. We're going to have to use fences as windows because we've not been to a desert yet. Then I went mining. Right, let's do this random resource world. Mine up the gold. Cool. Are we in a mesa here or what? Time to dig down. Oh, for God's sake. It's an ancient city. This might be a bit of a risk. Ooh, golden apple. I need to find. Where is he at? Shut up, game.
I can hear them skittering around out there.
Guys, I am so scared. No! Get some wool. Get some wool. No. Please don't be it. We'll mine some of this. I am probably mad for doing this. Mining while there's a warden right on my toes. Is he gone? Has he hell? I'm going to do something now which might kill me. Right, dig a tunnel this way. I'm going to try to load the water. I might die doing this, but way up, big guy. I need to dig this tunnel up a bit longer because they'd be able to sonic boom the hell out of me. Right, he smells me. Hello, big guy. Spleef the warden and run. Got a sonic boom, so kept mining. That sounds so scary. Holy! Fair enough. Okay, let's do that once more, because then we'll have enough tuff for everything we wanted to do. Right, please do not be another deep dive down here. Oh, are you kidding me? I do not care. We are just running. Oh, piss off. No! Oh my Jesus H. Christ. Get me the hell out of this cave. Right, has he gone now? I then heard this noise and legged it for the ladder. Smite, amethyst. I wish I'd got a spyglass. Fine, let me see if I can quickly and quietly make one. I can see him. Hello, Mr. Warden. Look at him. This is horrifying. Oh, and it begins. Back at base. Best get to the money making stuff because if not, we're going to fail today. Give me wheat. I don't think we're gonna have enough by just a little bit. Do slash sell. Get those glowberries growing. Leaderboard. Let's go to 4th place if we can. I hear chickens. Right, let's go to 5th places then. Let's go to oh no. Let's go to here. I need someone who offers more than just those spawns. Oh, these have got the same setup on the go. Cows. They made it so you can't kill them. Holy, I want your bones. Thank you very much. This island is insane. Not as good enough as I want it to be. Right, what we got here then? Yeah, that's actually some. Yeah, it's grinders this way. Yeah. Cows. Are you telling me I can't kill them? Stick to these then, I guess. Right. Let's do 5-minute AFK. So, not even been a minute yet, and we've nearly got all the amount I wanted. And we can sell them there as well. Hold on. Let's fill this third stack up and then we'll stop for a bit. But might as well do this 4th one now. Almost there. Right. Turn these. In fact. Right, there we go. Sell these up now. Our shop's full. There we go. Holy Jesus! Well, that is today completed. Right, go back to base and then see you tomorrow for the next day. $256,000 is the goal for day 8. I will finish the exterior and come back once it is done. This is the finished first level, so after that I did slash warp well, so that we can go to my second home. From the well I got a pet egg, which was a buck pet. Claim 3 more chunks, meaning we are one step closer to an absolute mega base. Mark out the new size of the island. Then I tried to get a silk touch pickaxe and I was successful. So then I went mining. Then as usual, off I went mining any ores that I came across, as it is all money. This was my current ore collection. I kept mining and also stumbled across a geode. And then I set off back mining any ores that I came across, as it is all profit. Back at base for the 7th time this video. Place down as many ores as I can so that then I can mine them with fortune free. Time to get a lot of ores. So let's break them all up and see what we get. And this was the grand loot of it all. Smelt up all the ores, stock the fuel. Then I decided to try and get fortune free, and I got it on the first attempt. Then for some reason I traded the fortune 2 pickaxe that I had just got into silk touch. Then I turned all my ores into blocks and organised the chest. Then I did slash leaderboard and went to tree to use their evoker spawner. So I AFK'd here for a while. Then I went to the villagers to buy a bookcase. Back to the spawners I went. And then I bought even more bookcases. Back to base we go. Then I placed and broke all the bookcases we had just bought from tree. Then we got a wither key. I went to spawn to redeem it and we got XP. It's safe to say that I am not a happy bunny. To let off some anger, I decided to go kill some evokers and bought even more bookcases. Place and break the bookcase and off back to tree we go. To buy protection 4 and to buy 4 mending books. Back to the grinder for even more emeralds to probably rinse and repeat what we've just done. To buy 5 more mending books. And then I went straight back to killing evokers. Buy 2 bookcases and went back to base. Time to apply the mending and protection 4 books. Time to go mend everything up in the nether. Off I went mining any ores that I came across until I found an ancient debris. Then I decided to go to the island tree because I remembered they had a repair all sign. Then I used the evoker spawner and went to meet the villagers again to buy a mending book, as well as unbreaking 3 and efficiency 5. Then I applied all the enchants I had just got. Back at base I made an enchanted hoe. Then I emptied out my inventory, grab all my emeralds, go to the island called Tree and sell the emeralds. Meaning we have 256k, also completing today's goal. Day number 9. To start today off, I decided to have a look what shops were on this island. Then I saw this shop where you can sell 10 credits for 500k, which would complete today's goal. So then I did slash credits withdraw 10. And then I sold the credits. That means we had $756,489. Day number 10 has officially begun. Let's go back to base by doing slash claim. Sort out the ore chest so that it's more organised and I know where everything is. Mine up the trees. Let's go on an adventure. Grab the shovel before we go anywhere and let's go to spawn. Here we are at spawn. Run through the portal so we can get randomly teleported. We spawned in on a desert, so I decided to get some sand. After that, I begun the hunt for a cave. I was going to go back to base, but then I saw this message in chat saying about a wishing well token, so we went to claim it. From the well, we got a pet egg. I then did slash leaderboard so we can go to the island tree. I came here because I can sell the pet egg for 1.25 mil, meaning day number 10 is complete. $2,048,000 is the goal for today. To start off day 11, I went back to base. Decided to have a look how much it would cost for a spawner. It costs 400k and I bought 2. I regret my decision. I then decided to build an AFK sugarcane farm. Smack the dirt down. After a while, this is what we have. Add the pistons. Add a little bit of light so the sugarcane can grow. And now the most important part, the sugarcane. I then decided to make the room look a little bit nice. This is what we currently have. Then I had a wishing well token, so I went to claim it. So let's pause this project for a minute. From the well we got a banknote worth 7,500. Here we are back at base. Claim 3 more chunks. Then I went back to spawn so we can get teleported into the wilderness to collect even more dirt. That should be plenty, so let's go back to base. Get that dirt smacked down. Then I decided to finish the sugarcane farm, turning it from this to this. Then I made a start making a mob grinder. Then I made a start making the water collection system platform. This is what we've got so far, but why does it look like a tree that's not fully grown? Add slabs so mobs can't escape. Place down the spawners, and that is officially the cow farm done. Or so I thought. After a bit of AFKing, nothing happened. Cows cannot spawn on mycelium, podzol, but they can spawn on grass. So then I decided to go to spawn so we can get teleported into the wild. Mine up the dirt so the cows can spawn on top of it. Sort out my inventory and go back to base. Back at base, I went and placed the dirt down so that we could hopefully get cows spawning. Now all I had to do was wait. Grass is spreading nicely. Then I got bored of waiting, so I had a look on the leaderboard. Then I went to my second home, the island called Tree, to use their evoker spawners to get the remaining money to complete the day. Then I went to sell the emeralds. I then withdrew 30 credits in total. That means I will get $1.5 million. Meaning day 11 is officially complete. To begin day number 12, I went back to base yet again. The first thing I shall do is get some saplings and sell them. Now it is time to sort out the ore chest and maybe sell some for more profit. Now it's time to place the cow spawner so I can get unlimited food. Let's try the mob grinder out. I wanted a better sword, so that's what I tried to get. This is a sword I managed to get. Now let's top up our food supply. And that should be plenty. I also took a stack of leather and harvested the sugarcane farm. Turn the sugarcane into paper and then the paper into books. Now do slash warp well to redeem the wishing well token, which I got a banknote from. Worth 5k. Now let's go to my second home, Tree. Use the evoker spawner for a while. Now it's time to go to the villager trading hall. here we are. So then off I went, trying to find all the books I can to get the best armour possible. But then I had to stop and go back to base as I was starving. Probably wise if I carry food with me from now on. Now let's go back to tree and finish out maxing my armour and tools. But that's enough of that for one day. Let's buy a cow spawner so that the grinder works even quicker. Now let's sell all this stuff to make a bit of extra money. Then I sell some XP bottles for 195k. Let's head to spawn. Enter the RTP portal. I then decided to go crazy on the snow and I hope it sells for profit. Now we've got plenty of snow blocks, let's go to tree. To sell a pet egg. Now let's use the evoker spawner. Then I noticed a hole that I fell down in hopes to find some pumpkins. But I found a pillager patrol so I could get a bottle of bad omen. I decided to put the bottle of bad omen on the auction house for 500k. On my adventure for pumpkins I came across a fossil. So I mined it up as I can turn it into bone meal later. Let's abandon the quest for pumpkins for now and go back to base. I decided to lower the listing for the ominous bottle to 200k. And then I noticed the pumpkin seeds. So then I made a pumpkin farm. Bone meal the stems so it doesn't take as long to grow. Now I am going to make a snow farm. There we go, the farm should be more or less running. Flick this lever so that then the snow golem's trapped in between the 4 blocks. Now the farm works with ease. Now that a bit of time have passed, let's sell the snow blocks. Then I decided to sell all the sugarcane profit. Let's go to a different base to see what spawners they have. This base has unlimited iron. Now let's try a different base. By the looks it's nothing too special. I was about to go to a different island but then I died. So let's try go to the island again. Now this island looks rich, but still no good spawners. Let's try another island. Haha, an evoker spawner. Let's sell those emeralds for profit. Let's use the blaze spawner for a little while. And sell the drops. Let's go to tree, because why not? Let's use their spawner setup instead. Now let's withdraw 2 10 credit banknotes and sell them to the shop. That's another day completed. To begin day 13, let's go to spawn. Now do /4 and claim all the vote keys I have. And do /daily login, which gave me 3 pet eggs. Now do daily spinner, which I got 24 iron from. Finally, let's use the vote keys, which I got an enchanted book, 2 stacks of iron, and a coast armor trim. Now let's go to tree and sell all 3 pet eggs for 1.25 million. Meaning day 13 has been completed. But I went back to base and sorted out my inventory before ending the day. Two whole weeks of doing this challenge. First I have to do daily login and get 3 chunk claims. Now do daily spinner and get 5k XP. Now claim all my vote keys for today. Now let's go redeem them. Let's see what we get. We got 4 stacks of iron to be precise. Now let's go back to base. I then decided to make the sugarcane farm even bigger. I needed to go to the nether to get lava so that then I can make a cobblestone generator. Because I keep running out of stone while building the sugarcane farm. That's the sugarcane farm fully completed. Now let's go back to the crates as I have a wither key. Hopefully we get something good. I got 20 credits. Let's go to tree. Sell my ore hopper for 2 million on the auction house. Then I withdrew 30 credits total. Now let's sell them. Roughly 5 million remaining. Let's go to the well to redeem the wishing well token. Let's see what we get. We got an enchanted book which can remove blindness. Let's go back to base. AFK at the sugarcane farm for a while to see if the modifications work. The farm still isn't quick enough though. 27 sugarcane sells for a measly $202. Harvest the farm up here to try and get a bit more money. Sell a stack of saplings and logs for over 2k. Now do the same for the wheat farm, which can be sold for 14k. Then, despite what I said, I still AFK'd at the sugarcane farm. That should be long enough, but still didn't get enough sugarcane. Then I put the ore hopper back up on the auction house for a mill. Now let's go to spawn and go to the wild. I then stumbled across a cave, so let's explore. Mine up as many ores as we can, as it can all get turned into money. I then stumbled across a dungeon with this chest loot here. Now let's go back to base. I am back at base. Now it is time to sell the ores we just obtained. Now it is time to my favourite island, Tree. I came here to check the spawner shop, because I forgot to mention on this server you can silk touch spawners. The spawn we have is a skeleton spawner. So let's go back to base, as that can be useful to me. Now let's dig out a decent sized room for the spawner to go. Now let's get the spawner placed down. Now let's use it for a while. I didn't spend too long, but we can still get $106. Turn all my ores into blocks so that then I can sell them for more profit. That's a cheeky 60k in the bank. I also received 10 credits, so let's go to my second home. Let's withdraw 10 credits and sell them. Now let's use the evoker spawner for a while. Sell my first stack of emeralds. Now try reselling the ore hopper for 500k. Now get back to using the gem. Now I can sell 3 stacks of emeralds. Now sell another 3 stacks. And sell 1 more stack, as I am currently starving. So let's buy some food from the farmer villager. Use the grinder again. I am on 12.465 million. Let's see what I'm on afterwards. Take the hopper off the auction and replace it with an evoker head for 2 mil. I got a pet egg, so I decided to go sell that. We have 13.715 million. Let's see how much I've got after. That should be long enough, and I got a pet egg to sell as well. So let's get it sold. I had completed the day, but I didn't notice as I had done the maths wrong. And then I finally noticed. Day 14 complete. To begin day 15 I need to go to base. Now I'm back at base, I decided to check up on the sugarcane farm. AFK here for a while so the farm can run. Check the chest and it is working, it just needs to be made bigger. Now do /daily login so we can hopefully get something good. And today we get 14H tokens.
Now it's time to do daily spinner. And I get 1k for every spin I have done. Now we've got that additional bit of money, let's do /spawn. So let's go through the portal to a new adventure. On my adventure I decided to try get a spruce sapling, which I was successful. And I finally found sand, so let's mine that up. And after what felt like ages, I finally found a village, meaning I had a chance to get potatoes and carrots. And that's potatoes checked off the list.
So it's just carrots that we need.
Let's abandon the carrot mission for now and go to spawn to claim the wishing well token. Here we are, let's see what we get. And we get a banknote worth 2.5k. Now that's done, let's begin the carrot search once again. While I'm here, mine up some dirt so then at least it's not a wasted journey. While I was looking for a village, I came across a nether portal, so I decided to enter it. We may as well see what we can get. But I attempted this jump and fell into lava. And I died. But I didn't let that stop me and went back to the portal. By the looks I spawned in a cave, so let's go mining. Mine up any ores I see, as then it can all be turned into money, which is what we need to complete the challenge. For some reason I went to spawn to go to base. Now I'm back at base, it is time to sort out my inventory.
and make use of the dirt and fill in more of the island. Now that's done, it is time to add the frame for the farming tower. Now add the water slots and till the rest of the land. Now harvest up the wheat farm so I can relocate it. Now I can sell the remaining produce, plus a little bit extra. Now with the wheat farm is done, we can continue expanding the farm upwards. Now add some glowstone for some extra lighting. Then I got the ores that I silk touched earlier so we can get the produce. Place the ores down and mine them up with fortune 3. This is the loot I obtained. After that I decided to move my storage into the house. Now it's time to add the second level to the crop tower. Now it's time to plant down the potatoes and beetroot seeds. Now let's check the sugarcane farm, take that and take the on-surface sugarcane as well. Now that that's done, let's sell the produce. Now let's AFK at the sugarcane farm to get even more money. After AFKing, the farm got us a measly 46 sugarcane, which is quite bad considering I need 32,768,000. Now let's try harvesting the wheat farm and see how much we can get from that, which is $18,640. Now let's claim even more chunks. Now let's go to my favourite island, Tree, so I can sell a pet egg for 1.25 million. Now let's go back to base to make the crop farm even bigger. I then for some reason decided to go to the Nether, and then almost immediately died. Then I decided to go ancient debris mining, which I successfully found. Then I found even more. But with 5 ancient debris I decided to go back to base, clear off my inventory and make a bit of additional money, and go back to the Nether to do the entire thing all over again. Unfortunately I didn't manage to find any, but I decided to go back to base anyway. Now sell the excess stuff I don't want. Now it's time to make a netherite ingot. Craft myself a smithing table, but I need a netherite upgrader, which I currently don't have. So let's go to the Nether to try find a bastion. But then while crossing this bridge I did something stupid. I tried block clutching on gravel, so I got burnt and died. See you back at base. Time to place down all the quartz ores that I obtained earlier. Now it's time to fortune 3 it all up. So sell the quartz for a bit of extra profit. Then I had the bright idea to get a skeleton spawner, which was quite slow. Let's go to the island called Tree to use the evoker spawner yet again. Sell the emeralds for a bit of a profit, as it currently stands I'm not hitting the goal. Let's go back to base to try and get the remaining money that I require. By that I just meant AFK. At least the farms will be fully grown. I AFK'd that long my Xbox turned off. Begin by harvesting the crop farms. 1 stack of wheat obtained, and that is 2 stacks obtained. That is 3 stacks and 10 obtained, which gets me 20k. Now do a bit more work to the upper layer of the farm. Now let's go claim our vote keys. Let's see what we get. I got gold, iron and 2 books. Then I decided to try a few bar mini games. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go to the community goals. Let's find some presents. First present got us 5k, and we got the same from the second. I got a safari net. I got 3 basic enchantment books. I also get a crop hopper, 1k XP from present 6, a mob hopper, 5 credits, 5 more credits in package 9, and an ore hopper from package 10. I shall come back to you when we've got everything. This is all the loot I got. Let's go straight to Tree and see what we can sell there. I can get 500k by selling the villager egg. Now let's go to spawn to open the wither keys. Let's see what we get. This is what we got. Put the boots on auction for 45k. Then there was a vote party to obtain. Let's open it back at base. Here we go. Let's see what we get. So far so good. I then sold a Wizard Blessing for 8 mil. Then I tried to put Super Jump on my boots, but it failed. Then I successfully put Clarity 4 on my helmet. Then I put Decapitation on my sword, but it destroyed the sword. Now let's go to Tree to turn credits into money. Let's withdraw a total of 40 credits so that we can sell them. I then for some reason decided to try get into here and got stuck, so I went back to base. To get a bit more progress done to the crop tower. That is all I can do at the minute as I've run out of wood. So let's go to Tree to get some emeralds. Here we are at the spawner. Now let's sell 2 stacks of emeralds, making us 40k. Now make an additional 60k by selling emeralds. And sell another stack for good measure. Now let's quickly go back to base. Quickly check up on the sugarcane and we have 2 stacks and 58. Sell the items that you can see on screen now for 4k. And let's go back to Tree. Before I go any further, we still need 17 million and time is running out. Now it is time to use the evoker spawner. Let's buy another mending book. Let's buy some golden carrots so we've got plenty of food. Let's get back to using the evoker spawner. That's 2 stacks of emeralds obtained and 3 stacks of emeralds sold. That's another 4 stacks of emeralds that can be sold. That is 160k that I have just got in total. And I earned a wither key and a mob hopper. Let's sell that for 500k and get back to the mob grinder. Sell 10 credits for a mil and get straight back to killing the evokers. Now sell 4 more stacks of emeralds. At this point I was panicking. There was only 1 hour remaining. Out of pure desperation, I lowered the price of the Wizard Blessing to a mil. Get back to killing more evokers for more emeralds. A random play dropped me everything you can see now except the emeralds. Let's see what we can sell. We can sell a villager spawn egg for 500k. Also, let's remove the timer off the screen until the 30-minute mark. Let's sell 4 wither keys for 2 million. I then stupidly claimed this kit note instead of selling it as a whole. Now let's return back to base. And then for some reason I stupidly AFK'd. We have now got 30 minutes remaining. With 16 minutes and 34 seconds remaining I return. With 15 minutes remaining I felt defeated. I still needed roughly 13 million. I sold my safari net for 4 million. We now have less than 10 minutes remaining. I then quickly mined up the wheat farm to see if we can get any extra money from there. Sell all that for a measly 18.7k. Now do the same to this layer up here. Sell the beetroot for 4k. Now harvest up the potatoes. Sell all the potatoes for an additional 10k. Now let's go to Tree for the final time in the video. Let's see if we can make any more money from here. I can sell a pet egg for 4 million, and let's go back to base. We are less than a minute away from failing the challenge. 3, 2, 1, and failed. Creepers keep blowing up in our world. And then after that, disaster struck. And then disaster struck. So today we are going to build this creeper farm and kill about 7 generations of creepers. We also go to the end, which is where we can get the elytra and why we need gunpowder to make fireworks. So let's jump straight into the action. The first protocol was to use the Armadillo XP farm, so I can run my tools and armour, and I ended up gaining 6 whole levels. Code then dropped me 8 golden apples and we set off to the stronghold. See you at the stronghold. Here we are in the portal room. Now let's go to the end to find the elytra. First, I need some ender pearls so I can get through the end gateway. Here we go. Now the search for the elytra can well and truly begin. Then we had to create our first bridge over the void, to then spot our first end city. But as I was about to end pearl over, I noticed there was no ship. At least we can try get a few shulker shells. First city looted and 4 shulker shells total. I then decided to grab some chorus fruit. Here's why. Chorus fruit can teleport you 8 blocks on the X, Y or Z coordinates. So, there are 8 blocks on either side of this gold block. I will eat a chorus fruit and get teleported random. On screen now are 5 attempts that I did with the results. And as you can see, for all of them, I seem to be landing within the boundaries. If it still doesn't make sense, I will show you in an end city. I have just been hit by a shulker bullet. If I now eat a chorus fruit, I will teleport to the nearest surface, so I don't take excessive fall damage. And then you can run away. Now that's taken care of, it is time to begin the adventure yet again. Coda then had another void to bridge across. Then I threw an ender pearl. And was safe, of course. I then had to help Coda defeat this Enderman. Then we decided to turn vibrant visuals off, so it was a bit easier to see what we was looking for. But that being said, I will come back to you when we find an end city. Finally, I have found what we've been looking for, an end city. Begin by getting the shulkers at the front. Do this parkour here, try kill another shulker but it teleported, get hit with a shulker bullet but still kill it. That was that city looted. So it's not too repetitive, I will see you when I find an end ship. Finally we have found one. There it is. Ender pearl up to the ship but fail, nearly dying. I think it's best if I stick to pillaring up instead. Grab the potions out the brewing stand, and now claim the loot out of this chest. This is all the loot we had obtained altogether. Now it's time to look at the main part of the end city. Do this parkour, kill another shulker, and that's another city checked off the list. I will come back to you once we find another ship. And finally, we have found the second ship. Here we are. Kill the guardian of the elytra. Now let's loot the chests and see what we can get. Now let's grab the elytra. Kill another shulker, so we've got plenty of shulker boxes. Now let's pillar up so I can glide using the elytra. Now let's loot another end city. Loot chest number 1. Defeat another shulker. Pillar up so we can glide with the elytra again. We are currently trying to find an end gateway. Finally, we had found one. Now let's go through the portal. Now we're back at spawn. Coda decided to put a little marking to indicate where it was. Now let's go back to base. Back at base, Coda gave me the books so I could put mending and unbreaking free on my elytra. Now that we've got the elytra, we need to get gunpowder so we can make firework rockets. So, whilst gathering the resources to build the farm, creepers decided to get their last bit of revenge. I was just about to leave my base and then a creeper blew up. Now that that's dealt with, let's mine up some cobblestone. Materials are collected, so let's begin building. The first thing that needs doing is we need to flatten off this terrain. Just like that, it is now flattened out. Now let's begin the build. I will come back to you once we're a bit further through. The drop shoot's done, it is time to make the water collection system. This is the current progress, but then disaster struck. I experienced kinetic energy. How embarrassing. Alright, problem solved. Now let's get back to grinding. Job done. I'm not showing much of the building as it is quite repetitive. Now that the base of the spawning platform is done, let's add trapdoors and buttons. So it should look like this. And then quite boringly, rinse and repeat. And that is one layer finished. Right there is 5 spawning platforms. But that is unfortunately all I have got time for today. So that being said, Keegan view, over and out. Is it actually possible to survive 1 whole minute against Minecraft's deadliest mob, the Warden? Well, in today's video, I am going to find out. As well as that, I gave myself 4 other challenges that I must complete. Starting off with the ladder MLG. Challenge number 1 is the ladder MLG. So, I need to try and save myself like so. So, let's grab the first ladder to attempt this clutch. And then, on the first attempt, this happened. No. As if. I was in that much disbelief, I had to try it again. I still did it. I still did it on attempt 1. I am really shocked. Now that's challenge 1 done, let's move swiftly on to challenge 2. The next challenge is to find a diamond within 10 minutes. So let's start the timer in 3, 2, and 1. Right, hopefully this is a decent spawn. No sign of the village. Shoot. I just hit this pig and kill it already. This wood quick. Get another tree just to be on the safe side because obviously I need a lot of sticks to get the pickaxes because I need iron to mine the diamonds. Freak. Oh, cave. So, what we do? Right, crafting table. Pickaxe, cobble. We get a bit extra because we need a furnace. Right, pickaxe, sword. Right, furnace. Nice. Grab this coal because that can be used for torches, smelting the iron later on. Time is of the essence. Right, we need torches. Less than 7 minutes remaining, I encountered the first mob. Oh my Jesus, this is... Sword. I ain't got my sword in my hotbar. Quick. Die, please tell me you dropped that helmet. Of course you didn't because I need you to. Copper. Oh, this cave is so dead. Just down here, quick. Oh my Jesus. And that is attempt 1 of 3 failed. Which isn't good, because it is time to raise the stakes. For every challenge I fail, my friend gets to post 1 shot of his choice on my channel. Now it's time to start attempt number 2. In 3, 2, and 1. Right, quick. Village would be handy right now because then we can get food from there. So that was a worry from the last run, we didn't have much food and we also had to try and get iron as quick as possible as well. Whereas if we can find a village, that eliminates both of those things because we can kill the iron golem to get the iron, and if it's got a blacksmith we might be able to find it in there, but this is not looking like a good run. I haven't even punched a freaking tree. Get this wood. I do not want to leave my friend with the opportunity to post anything on my shorts feed. Right, wood acquired. Be even more ideal if a village had just perk into the distance. Then 40 seconds went by with no sign of an animal. Why is there literally no animals really? I need food. Now, this cave looks perfect. I can hear a spider, which is a bit alarming. Come on, I need as much coal as I can so I can get a furnace for the iron. And I also need a sword so I can protect myself. Sword, furnace, pickaxe, huge. Right, I've got no coal, but at this point my luck had ran out. I must have broken a mirror and got 7 years bad luck. It took that long to find some coal. I had 4 minutes remaining. Yes, coal! I'm risking a fair bit here. We need to dig down. Quick, I've not even got coordinates on. Oh my Jesus, I am so stressed. I hear a cave. Iron! No, it's copper. Am I really not going to come across a cave at all? Oh no. I was down to my final minute and no sign of a cave, so I was panicking. I can hear the skeleton and it's really annoying me. Once I had entered the cave, I found enough iron to make an iron pickaxe, and then this happened. Oh my god, box myself in because if anything happens now and I lose this challenge. And then with a few seconds remaining, disaster struck. Oh my Jesus, quick. No! At this point, I had lost all hope. That being said, that is attempt 2 failed. Meaning I have 1 attempt remaining. Let's begin the final attempt. In 3, 2, 1, go! Wait, this might actually be a huge spawn. Straight off the bat we can get copper tools. It's not a village, but I have not got time to waste because I spent way too much time last time. 1 tree. Get another just be on the safe side because I don't want to be running out of wood. Right, sword, pickaxe, ferny. Boom. Chuck that out of the way. Now, copper. I'm getting this, then I've got armour, because if I've got armour, I'm more protected. Get this coal, so we've got plenty. Which is like, oh my god, we've got enough for probably full set of copper armour there. Smelt that. Get this pig. At this rate, I might have to get the free copper and go. Just dig. Water cave. Right, we're through the water cave. More copper. Come on. Then finally, I found a cave and immediately got ambushed. Okay. Chill. Creeper. Oh my god. You are not ending my run again. Found the diamonds, I just need iron. There's a skeleton there. No, do not risk that, you absolute baboon. It took that long to evade the skeleton. I only had 1 minute 20 remaining. We have so failed. Where are you coming from? There. I'm stuck. It took that long to get out of this confined area. Time ran out. And that is attempt 3 failed. So let's give my friend the good news. This is gonna be fun. Yo man.
Yo, what's up?
Currently recording a challenge video right now.
Okay, and?
Like an idiot, I failed challenge number 2, meaning you get to post a short of your choice.
Okay.
Is that it? Oh no, this cannot be good. I better not fail another challenge. Now with challenge 2 failed, let's move swiftly on to challenge 3. Challenge 3 is to summon 10 copper golems within 15 minutes. So let's begin attempt number 1 right now. And let's begin. Right. Oh my god, straight off the bat. 1, 2, 3. We've got the pumpkins straight off the bat, guys. Challenge 3 might be a success because copper is just ridiculously easy to get. Right, we've got the 10 pumpkins. We just now need the copper. As well as one more thing that I overlooked. Get me some wood ASAP. If we fail this, then we are screwed because that was literally the perfect spawn. I'm being toxic, but that's due to the fact of I have less than 15 minutes. Now we need crafting table, sticks, pickaxe. I know you literally just seen me do this lot back to back about 2 minutes ago, but still make a sword, as you never know. Grab the bench. Yeah, screw that. Coal. Another ingredient that we need, but we still need 90 copper. We've got enough coal, surely. Please. Are you serious? More here? Wait, how much is that? 47. Right, we've got over a stack. With around about 5 minutes remaining, disaster struck. And that is attempt 1 failed. Attempt number 2 in 3, 2, 1. This attempt was very short. Not too bad of a spawn, I suppose. Not ideal that there's no pumpkins, though. Come on, attempt 2, be the 1. Then I did the stupidest thing I could ever have done. I am so dead. I am so dead. I am so dead. That simple mistake ended the entire run. Meaning that is attempt 2 of 3 failed. Finally, attempt 3. This spawn again. Seriously. Come on. We need pumpkin. Oh, snow biome. It was this biome I found them in last time. If there's copper on here, I'm getting the tool. There's copper. Right, so now I can go stone pickaxe, furnace. That's 10 copper out of 4 ores. Mine up a lump of coal because I need that for later. Please give me a little bit more. And by a little bit more, I mean 80 pieces were nice. Even more. Keep it coming. You can do one. Right, we've got 42. So we're nearly halfway to the goal. We might be halfway, but that just isn't good enough. We've nearly got a stack. We need one more vein of copper, and then it's just the pumpkins. Copper, done. Pumpkin! Oh, powdered. Pumpkin's gonna let me down. Why did I not kill that chicken when I saw it? Because I'm running out of a sprint. Usually I wouldn't do this, but I'm desperado. Then I noticed my big mistake. Wait, I needed iron as well all this time, and there was literally iron at the spawn. Because I don't think you can just put the normal pumpkin on, I think it's got to be a carved. Let's test it out. So let's place the first pumpkin down which isn't carved. And as you see, it doesn't work. And I'm going to try it with the carved pumpkin, it works like a dream. But also bugs. So yes, I do need shears. It's gone dark as well, that's brilliant. I am really surprised the alarm hasn't gone off yet. Oh no, 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 no. I ran out of hunger again. Oh, creeper and a zombie, are you... Oh. Challenge 3 is now officially a fail. I am currently on a bad streak. This bad streak means my friend gets to post 2 shorts of his choice. Now let's move swiftly on to challenge 4. Challenge number 4 is player versus entity. In here, I have 5 zombies and 5 wither skeletons, all in Netherite armour. And I have 3 attempts with this kit to defeat them. Let's go with attempt number 1. And let's begin. Here they come. Oh no, this is not looking good. We have 2 attempts remaining. Now let's move to attempt 2. Hopefully I don't bottle it. Oh, I did not see you all the way over here. I might be able to complete the challenge on attempt 2. Why is this zombie low-key shredding? Damn. One more fail, and that is 3 YouTube shorts my friend gets to post. Now, moving on to attempt 3. And let's begin. Come on. I do not want to give my friend access to my short feed. Come on. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I am so dead, I am so dead. I am dead, I am dead, I am so... I am such a noob. Now let's move on to the main event of the video. Now it is time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Can I survive 1 minute in the pen with the warden? All I have given myself is 16 golden apples, 16 bread, a totem, and a full set of diamond armor. Grab everything in here. Set my spawn, and let's attempt this. He's already getting mad and I haven't even got there. Right, please. He has locked on to me. Yes, warden. Do not decide for me. No. Oh my... No! Please, please, please. No! That's attempt 1 of 3 failed. It is not looking good. Right, start this again. And let's begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Still got the backup stuff as well. Nice. Don't you worry about me, Mr. Warden. He's right behind me, he's right behind me, he's right behind me. And for the final attempt, let's begin now. Grab this stuff quick. No, no! Why? Challenge 5 is now officially failed, meaning that is 4 YouTube shorts my friend gets to post. We did not have a good run today, but that is all I've got time for today, so that being said, Keegan View, over and out.